Pastor, you look dressed up today.
Well, yeah, I've got everything I need for church, starting with my alb.
Isn't that just a robe?
Well, sometimes at church we use extra words for things, so this is an alb. And this right here is called a stole.
Pastor, haven't we been taught to not steal?
It's not stolen, it's a stole. It's something that goes around your neck. And like this fancy thing here, that's called a cincture.
Down on the farm, we just call that a robe.
Look kids, this ain't my first rodeo. Today we're going to learn some words that we use in church for common things. All right, we have here some of our accolades in training, and we have some objects with fancy names. This is a chalice that we use during communion. I think everybody knows chalice, but you might not know paten for the bread.
Isn't that like a trademark thing?
No, that's a patent. This is a paten, obviously from Latin or Greek. Over here we have a flagon.
A flagon isn't, don't wave it around, it's going to break.
No, not a flag, a flagon. Means vessel for wine. Again, from another old language. And here we have a candle lighter. We don't have a fancy word for that. All right, Skylar, what's the very first thing you see in worship?
Kyrie?
Kyrie sounds close. That's more of an NBA player name. We actually pronounce it Kyrie.
You mean the fancy water my mom drinks?
That's Perrier. Kyrie is from, you guessed it, the ancient Greek, and it means mercy. So when we sing Kyrie eleison, that means Lord have mercy. And often we'll sing it in the Greek and then in the English. So we use both sides of it. So that's what Kyrie means.
That makes more sense.
Well, when you want a bulletin, you go out and find a greeter here in the narthex.
What's a narthex?
A narthex is like this big lobby we have right here.
Well, why don't you just call it a lobby?
Well, like a lot of words, it's an old Greek word, and it means the area outside the main area. It's a narthex.
Ask your doctor if narthex is right for you.
I'm here in our sacristy with Lauren.
I've literally never heard that word before.
Well, we don't really use that word much at United, but it means a special place, a room or a closet where you keep all the things that you need to celebrate the Eucharist.
You mean like eucalyptus?
No, that's what koala bears eat. We do the Eucharist.
Why don't you keep the ukuleles in the music room?
Not ukuleles, Eucharist. And guess what? It's another ancient Greek word. It comes from Thanksgiving. It's what we say is happening when we celebrate Holy Communion. It's when the body and blood of Jesus inhabit the bread and the wine that we use to celebrate. Eucharist.
There's one word that Pastor never has to remind us of, and that's the word sanctuary.
That's where we have our worship services.
Yes, but it also means a safe place.
Mackenzie, this is Rita, one of our longtime members who was at the most exciting bishop's election at a synod assembly.
Sin? Haven't we been taught not to sin?
Well, the word synod, though, actually is for a district of churches. For us, it extends from up to Wellsboro on down to maybe Liverpool almost.
So why can't we just call it a district?
Well, a lot of churches use different words like diocese in the Catholic Church. We use synod to mean district because it's a word that means on our way together. It comes from the Greek. So we're not just a congregation by ourselves. We work with Lutheran churches all throughout the valley.
Oh, that makes sense.
What do you call this fancy pot?
Well, this and the ones on the altar are called paraments.
Paramount? My parents watch Yellowstone on that.
Not paramount, parament. It's from the Latin word paramentum, which means to adorn. And as the seasons change in the church year, we use different colors. And of course, all these words are secondary to one really important word, disciple. What's that mean, girls?
A follower of Jesus.